Hi guys, good morning all, good morning everyone. Am I audible and visible? Good morning everyone, good morning, good morning, good morning. Quickly reply in the chat box if I am audible and visible to you all. Good morning Jaya, good morning Madhula, good morning Rinmai. Good morning people, good morning. Come on, let's quickly join. Yes, Sai Kiran. Yes, Yogi, hello, good morning. How are you guys? How are you? So let's start another day, new concepts, new learning. Ready everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning people. So let us start with a new topic. I think last time we completed till where? Can you remind me? Can you just remind me a little bit where we completed last time? We were talking about simple epithelium. Last time we had discussed, sir, in offline also for the gold batches going tissue only, sir? Yes. In offline batches also tissue is going on, yes. So last time we completed cuboidal epithelium. Now we are going to start with columnar epithelium. So let's quickly start. Okay, every single day matter, guys. Every single day preparation matters. Small efforts. If you put daily basis small efforts, the summation of the small efforts will be success one day. So one thing is that you have to give daily basis kuncham efforts, and that will integrate into a bigger success when you write the NEET exam. So being said that, we will start with the topic. We will talk about simple columnar epithelium. What we will talk about? Simple columnar epithelium. So let us go on the slides so that we can look at some diagrams. Okay, and the NCERT language also we will look at. So talking about columnar epithelial cells. ठीक है? Columnar epithelium. Sir, simple cuboidal epithelium, up to difference between cilia and microvilli. Yes, Rinmai, thank you so much. So different classes, different topics are going on. So thanks for the reminder. Let us continue. Let us talk about columnar epithelium. So how does columnar epithelium cell appears? Single layer of cells. Columnar cells are tall, long, column-like, and they are slender. What they are slender? They are very thin. And if you notice the nuclei is oval shape. Nuclei is oval shape. So when we studied squamous cells, the nucleus was a disc-like flat. When we studied cuboidal cell, it was a spherical nucleus. And when we are studying columnar cells, the nuclei is oval shaped nuclei. So what we will say? The nuclei is what shape, guys? The nuclei is oval shaped nuclei. Okay, this is the last class slide. Nuclei is oval shape. Nuclei located at the base. Nuclei is located at the base and the shape of the nucleus is oval. Now let us talk about the locations. Okay, tell me quickly, what is the location of columnar epithelial cells? Is it lining your stomach? Is columnar epithelial cells lining your stomach? Yes or no? Columnar epithelial cell is lining your stomach? Yes. Columnar epithelial cells is lining your gallbladder? Yes, it is lining. Columnar epithelial cells are lining the fallopian tube? Yes. But in fallopian tube, the columnar cells are having cilia. Is columnar epithelial cell present in your small intestine? Yes. In small intestine, the columnar epithelial cells are showing brush border appearance to increase the surface area for digestion and absorption. So not only you need to know what is the location of simple columnar epithelial cells, you also need to know What is the little bit modification happening there? Okay, so what is a little bit modification? Let's see. If columnar or cuboidal cells bear cilia, then we call them as ciliated epithelium. What we call them as ciliated epithelium? Okay. Tell me one answer, yes or no. Will squamous cell have cilia? Tell me answer in yes or no. Will squamous cell will have cilia? Will squamous cell will have cilia? No. Will squamous cell will have microvilli? No. So microvilli or cilia is only the characteristic of cuboidal cells or the columnar cells only. Are we clear? Are we clear with this, guys? Moving ahead. So talking about columnar epithelial cells. Columnar epithelial cell, like here. Columnar epithelial cell might have cilia on their surface. Yes. Then it becomes columnar ciliated. What is the location of columnar ciliated? Location of columnar ciliated will be your fallopian tube, or I can say the trachea, or I can say what, guys? Trachea. And if I say columnar cell is thrown into brush border folds like this, columnar cell is thrown into folds like this, then it will be called as microvilli. So this is columnar cell with brush border. Columnar cell with what border? Brush border. It is present in small intestine. Are you getting me, guys? It is present in small intestine. So columnar ciliated fallopian tube. If it is columnar with microvilli, then it is present in the small intestine, duodenum and jejunum. To increase the surface area. To increase what? To increase surface area for digestion and absorption. For digestion and absorption. What is written in the NCERT? In NCERT, it is written that it is found in the lining of stomach. Where it is found in? Lining of stomach. Now, tell me, in stomach, it is simple columnar, or it is simple columnar with brush border, or it is simple columnar with cilia. Tell me, in stomach what it will be? Just plain simple columnar in stomach, or it will be simple columnar with cilia, or it will be simple columnar with brush border? Tell me fast. In stomach, it will be just a normal simple columnar epithelium. In stomach, it will be just normal simple columnar epithelium. Talking about intestine, especially small intestine, especially talking about the small intestine, then it will show brush border. In small intestine, it will show brush border. In fallopian tube, the columnar cell will show cilia. Are we clear with this? Yes, everyone. So that is your columnar epithelial cells. So remember the modifications. Plain simple columnar, stomach. Simple columnar with brush border, small intestine. Columnar cells with cilia, fallopian tube and trachea. That is the columnar epithelium. In general, we can say intestine, fallopian tube or your stomach is having simple columnar. But when you are talking specifically, then you should know columnar is having any modifications or it is just a simple columnar epithelium. Okay, so that completes your columnar epithelium. Yes, that completes your columnar epithelium. Moving ahead, ciliated epithelium we already discussed. Ciliated epithelium we already discussed. Where is the ciliated epithelium present? Ciliated epithelium is present in the inner surface of hollow organs like bronchioles, trachea and fallopian tube. That completes your ciliated epithelium. Just the location you need to remember. Okay, then little bit extra point you should know That is pseudo-stratified epithelium. Which epithelium? Pseudo-stratified epithelium. Focus, guys. Now, what is meaning by the meaning of pseudo? What is the meaning of pseudo? Pseudo means false. Pseudo means false. Pseudo here means false. Something which is falsely looking like stratified, but it is not stratified at all. Yes, false compound epithelium, correct. So you tell me in reality it is what? In reality it is actually simple. So look at this. Some tall columnar cells, some tall columnar cells, some short columnar cells, some tall columnar, some short. So what is happening here is, guys, some cells are tall, some cells are short, some cells are tall, some cells are short. Notice this. How many layer of cells do you see here? Do you see 2 layer of cell, or are you looking at single layer of cells? Are you looking at double layer of cells, or are you looking at single layer of cells? You are looking at single layer of cells. Bhargavi, Bhargav, single layer. Some are tall cells, some are short cells. Some are tall cells, some are short cells. All are columnar, by the way. All are columnar. Some are very tall column, some are short columns. So actually it is single. But when you look at the nucleus, nucleus position is different. Nucleus position is changed. Some nucleus is in the upper level, some nucleus is in the lower level. So when you observe in the microscope, some nucleus will be at the upper level, tall cells nucleus will be above, short cell nucleus will be below. So you will get a confusing feeling. You will get a confusing perception of a vision that it is double layered. But in reality, it is a single layered, because every single cell is present on the basement membrane. So this gives you a false feeling. It is giving you a false feeling of being stratified, but actually it is what? Actually it is single. So that's why it is called as pseudo-stratified epithelium. Plus, it also bears the cilia. It also bears the cilia. Some cells are modified to become goblet cells. Some cells here are modified to become goblet cells. Some cells here modified to become goblet cells. Goblet cell, we know it secretes mucus. Goblet cell, it secretes mucus. So very interesting thing is happening. The cells are columnar. They show cilia. They falsely appear double layer. Due to the nucleus position, they falsely appear double layered, but they are single layered. So that's why they are pseudo stratified. They have cilia on them. Plus there is goblet cell present. And where this is present? This is present in your trachea. Where this is present? In your trachea. Just now we told trachea has simple columnar ciliated, but it is simple columnar. Single layer of cells, column-like cells are there, simple columnar. But it appears falsely multiple layered. So what is the full name? What is the full name I will write? The full name I will write is pseudo-stratified falsely appearing double layer. When something is falsely appearing double layer, it is actually single. Pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated glandular epithelium. What is the name of this tissue? The name of the tissue is very, very short name. It is a pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated glandular epithelium. Okay, sir, why you are telling us? Because it is a PYQ. Some rare questions are there. It might be asked to you. So you should be knowing this PYQ. Are we clear? In the name, we are writing everything. We are writing all the characteristics. Falsely appearing stratified, columnar cells, having cilia, glandular cells which are there, goblet cell producing mucus. So we are writing everything. So just remember, trachea, some part of the bigger bronchus, these are having the pseudo stratified epithelium. Can I say this is ciliated? Yes, you can consider them in ciliated example also. Can I say, sir, they are columnar? Yes, you can also consider them in columnar examples because it is given in columnar as well. So NCERT doesn't tell you everything. Are we clear? So make a special note of this. Next, after this, after columnar epithelium, what we will talk next? After columnar epithelium, I think we are going to talk about now compound epithelium. We are going to talk about compound. Compound is also called as stratified epithelium. Compound or stratified? Come on. Let us study now this. Compound or stratified. So in compound or stratified, one or more layer of cells are there. One or more layer of cells are there. Yes, they have limited role in secretion and absorption. Very limited role means very less function. Very limited role means very less function of secretion and absorption. Very limited role of secretion and absorption. Last point, they are mostly protective in function. They are protective in function. Protective in function means they protect us against mechanical stress, chemical stress, and osmotic stress. Are you getting me, guys? Compound or stratified? One or more layer of cells. One or more layer of cells. These are like stack of cells, layer by layer, stratified. Limited role in secretion and absorption. They don't do too much of secretion absorption. What they are used for? They are used for protective in function, mechanical stress, chemical stress, and osmotic stress. Yes? Teaching this, one thing came in our mind. You also skipped, I also skipped. Very important epithelium we skipped. Before going to compound or stratified, we have to study glandular. So you also forgot, I also forgot. Let us do that first. So compound, we will keep it side. Before compound, we have to do glandular. Where are you guys? Come on. Before compound, let's do glandular. Okay, very easy topic, glandular. Let us discuss the glandular epithelium first. So, glandular epithelium. So basically, columnar cell or cuboidal cell, squamous cell ledu, columnar cell or cuboidal cell, squamous ledu. Squamous is very flat cell. It will not do any secretion function. So columnar or cuboidal cell having secretory function. Having what function? Secretory function. Such epithelium is called as glandular epithelium. So epithelial cells, especially columnar or cuboidal, which are modified for secretory function. They are secreting something. They are synthesizing. They might be storing also a little bit, and they are secreting something. So what it becomes? It becomes glandular epithelium. Let us look quickly. What is the classification of glandular epithelium? Come on. So glandular epithelium is having two classifications. As per NCERT, we will see there are two classifications. First classification is based on number of cells. Number of cells. A lot of cells coming together. multiple cells coming together, making an organized gland, and then secreting something, then it is called as a multicellular gland. Majority of your body glands, pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, they all are multicellular glands. What are they? Multicellular glands or multicellular glands. Okay. A individual cell, a single cell acting as a secretory unit. A single cell alone and isolated. A single cell alone and isolated. Single cell alone undi, isolated, plus it is alone doing some secretion, then it is called as a unicellular gland. What it is called as a unicellular gland. In unicellular gland, the best example we will study is goblet cells. Which cells? Goblet cells, or the mucus producing cells, which are producing mucus. Yes, example, lining your alimentary canal. Lining of alimentary canal, that is your digestive tract. Yes or no, guys? Inside everything is moist. Inside every tract is moist. Respiratory tract, digestive tract, excretory tract, reproductive tract, any tract of the body, inside any tracts, they are moist because they have mucous membrane. What is there? Mucous membrane made up of epithelial cells. Some of the epithelial cells are modified to become goblet cells. They are producing mucus that is keeping your tracts moist and wet. Am I clear with this? So unicellular example, goblet cell. Are we clear? What is the meaning of goblet? What is the meaning of goblet? Can anyone tell me? Goblet means wine like glass. Wine like glass, Aisa. Are yes or no, boys and girls? Goblet means like this. Wine like glass, okay? So that is your goblet structure. So columnar cell modified into goblet which secretes mucus. They will secrete the secretion here. Secretion is coming out. So this will be the goblet cell. Are we clear? Remaining all the glands are multicellular glands. One example we can put here, salivary gland, pituitary gland. Yes, these all are multicellular glands. Are we clear? Going to the next classification. What is the next classification? Next classification of glandular epithelium is based on mode of secretion or pouring of secretion. Next classification is based on pouring of the secretion. So next classification is based on, it is based on pouring of secretion, where it is released. Yes, based on pouring of secretions. Pouring means releasing. If it is released in blood, then it will be called as endocrine. If it is not released in blood, then it is called as exocrine. Remember, in relation to blood we are speaking. If the secretion is released in blood, you will call it as endocrine glands. So endocrine gland, here it means the secretion is hormone. It is produced in traces in very kuncham quantity, and it is released in the blood. Where it is released in? It is released in blood or lymph. It might be released in blood or lymph. So if the secretion, see, endo means inside. Endo here means inside. Crine is a Latin word. Crine means crying. Crying means secretion. Crine word is a Latin word for crying. Crying is secretion. So this gland is crying. Where it is crying? Where the tears are going. Tear means hormones. Where they are going? they are going in the blood. And hormone chapter, you have studied chemical coordination. Hormones are secreted in pedda amount or chinna amount. They are produced in a very small quantity. They are produced in traces. They are chemical messenger. They are not produced in a huge quantity. Are we clear? And they are released in blood. They are released in blood. Since the secretion is released in blood, do you think ducts are needed for them? If the secretion is released in blood, do we need any duct here? Any duct is required? No. So these glands are ductless glands. What these glands are? Ductless gland. Endocrine gland can be called as ductless glands. What are they? They are ductless. Duct ledu. Are we clear with this, everyone? Sebaceous, Sudeshna, you only tell me. Just listen to the topic, you will yourself answer, no problem. Now, if a gland is secreting outside blood, sweat, oil, earwax, saliva, mammary gland milk, yes, gastric gland, gastric juice, HCl. Do you think HCl will go in blood? Saliva is going in blood. Sweat is going in blood. Oil is going in blood. Yes, no. All these glands which I told you, salivary gland, sebaceous gland, sweat glands, gastric glands, all the gland secretion doesn't go in the blood. So when it doesn't goes in the blood, it is outside blood. And when it is outside blood, it will be called as exocrine gland. Exocrine gland. Exocrine gland means secretion is mostly enzymatic. Mostly carrying enzymes. Mostly enzymatic. Mostly enzymatic. In duct it is released. Where it is released? In duct. Where it is released? In duct. So many students, okay, they have a basic conceptual mistake. Endo and exo, they think inside and outside body. Don't think inside and outside body. Think with respect to blood. Something is secreted inside blood, endocrine. Something is secreted outside blood, exocrine. Are we clear? Are yes or no? Are we clear with this? So what is salivary gland? Salivary gland, exocrine. Sebaceous gland, exocrine. That is oil glands. Mammary gland, exocrine. Gastric gland, exocrine. Tear gland, tear, lacrimal glands. Lacrimal glands in your eyes, tear gland. What is a tear gland? Tear go in blood. Tear is also exocrine. Pituitary gland, hormone, endocrine. Thyroid gland, hormone, blood, endocrine. Parathyroid gland, hormone in the blood, endocrine. Thymosin hormone, endocrine in the blood. Adrenal gland, adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla, hormone going in the blood, endocrine gland. Are we clear with this? Understood the basic? So concepts are clear, then you don't have to remember example of exocrine and endocrine. However, some glands are of mixed nature. Some glands have dual nature. Some glands have what, guys? Some glands have dual nature. They can behave endo also, they can behave exo also. For example, 3 examples are there. Pancreas, testes, ovaries. Pancreas, testes, ovary. So now we are going to talk about heterocrine glands. Heterocrine glands, also called as composite glands, or they are also called as mixed glands. They are also called as what, guys? Mixed glands. What are the examples? The examples are pancreas. The examples are pancreas, the testes, and the ovaries. Yep. Yes or no? So let us first discuss the pancreas quickly. So let's discuss pancreas. Come on. Let's talk about pancreas. So pancreas, 99% of the pancreas, 99% of the pancreas is made up of the acinar tissue. The acinar tissue or the cells. Okay? This is how the acinar appears. This is how one acini appears. What is this acini producing? This acini produces pancreatic juice. This acini is producing pancreatic juice with enzymes. With what, guys? Enzymes. And it is secreted in the pancreatic duct. Pancreatic duct, which is opening in the duodenum of the small intestine. Yes or no? So what is this part? This is exocrine part of the pancreas. So 99% of pancreas is exocrine. 99% of the pancreas is exocrine. I told you duct bearing. Exocrine part is duct bearing. Pancreatic juice with enzyme. Mostly exocrine contain enzymatic secretions. Now talking about the remaining 1%. What about the remaining 1%? Remaining 1% will be your islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans. Yes, islet of Langerhans are there. Langerhans is the name of the scientist. See, what is the meaning of islet? What is the meaning of islet? Islet means Chinna island, island in an ocean. Chinna, small piece of land. Small piece of land is called as island. So that is the island we are talking about. Yes. So there is an ocean of acinar tissue. There is an ocean of acinar tissue. Pancreas 99% acinar tissue. That is exocrine. Chinna, randomly distributed. Islet of Langerhans are there. So islet of Langerhans, yes, correct. That makes 1%. Yes, 1 to 2 million cells are there. In this we will study two type of cells are there. Alpha cell and beta cell. Alpha cell, beta cell produce glucagon and insulin respectively. That is secreted in the blood. Where it is secreted in blood, and they are hormones. What are they? They are the hormones. So this is which part of the pancreas? This part of the pancreas is the endocrine part. Are we clear? This part is which part, guys? Endocrine part. Correct. Now you tell me, do sperms go in blood? Sperms are released in blood. Ovum is released in blood. They are traveling via duct system. Sperm produced in the seminiferous tubule, then they go to the rete testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, then reaching the seminal vesicle duct, ejaculatory duct, and then the urethra. So completely ductal system. Sperm and ovum, ovum in the fallopian tube. So sperm and ovum are the exocrine secretions. Sperm also contains some enzymes in the acrosome. So sperm is basically the exocrine part going in the duct. Whereas the same testes and ovaries producing the male and female sex hormones, the androgen, testosterone in the males and progesterone, estrogen in the females, that is going in the blood. That will be the which part? That will be the endocrine part of the testes and ovaries. So pancreas, testes, ovaries, they are what? Heterocrine gland, composite gland, or we can say mixed glands, glands of dual nature. Glands of dual nature, they can do endocrine function also, exocrine function also. Here we can say we completed the glandular epithelium. Okay, so this much data is enough for your exam perspective. Later on endocrine you study more in detail in the chemical coordination chapter. Now we can go to compound epithelium. Yes, can we go now, guys? Yes or no, can we go now? So let us talk about compound or stratified epithelium. So wherever your body requires protection, especially the outer lining and inner lining. Outer lining and inner lining, it requires protection. So outer lining is your skin, One single layer of cell will not be enough. Similarly, inside you are eating, food is passing. Yes or no? So inner also single lining is not enough. Especially in your buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, when you are swallowing, when you're chewing and biting the food particles. So for that you need multiple layer. Yes. So you have compound or stratified. One or more layer of cell. Now NCERT, if you read, if you have the old NCERT where tissue theory is given, okay, you can get it online, no problem. If you write animal tissue, it will give you the old NCERT PDF of the tissue chapter. In some places in the NCERT, they are writing one or more layer of cells. In some places in the same chapter, they are writing two or more layer of cells in the NCERT. So there is a little confusion, one or more layer or two or more layer, meaning is the same. So if you say one or more layer or two or more layer, no problem. It is multiple layered. Then they have a limited role in secretion and absorption. Multiple layers are there. Multiple layer, if you do secretion and absorption, it will be difficult. That is mostly for simple epithelium. Simple epithelium does the major role of secretion and absorption. Here multiple layer will do very less absorption and secretion. And lastly, you need protection. So that's why this multiple layer protects you from mechanical stress, any injury, any physical damage, or some chemical is put on your skin, or you take harmful chemicals, so that doesn't damages your lining. So you have stratified. And osmotic stress. Like if you put your water in the sea, if you put your hand in sea water, highly salty water, if you put your hand will show some wrinkles a little bit. Yes or no? But your hand is not going to lose a lot of water, and it will also not allow a lot of water to come inside your hand. Yes, because this multiple layer of skin cells are protecting you from the osmotic changes. Okay, so that is protecting you against the osmotic stress. Okay, being said that, which are the compound stratified epithelium we want to study? So stratified epithelium, I am dividing in two parts, three parts. First I will write stratified squamous. Stratified squamous, then I will write stratified cuboidal, and then I will write transitional epithelium. Okay, so three types I am writing: stratified squamous, stratified cuboidal, and transitional epithelium in compound epithelium. Okay, sir, this much is not given in the NCERT. It is given, but it is given in the NCERT example form. So little bit data you should know. So stratified squamous is further classified into two types. Having the keratinization, then it will be called as stratified keratinized. Not having the keratinization, it will be called as non-keratinized. Keratinized, where it is present? It is present on your skin. Non-keratinized, where it is present? It is present in the buccal cavity. It is present in the pharynx. It is also present in the esophagus. Where it is present, guys? It is also present in the esophagus. Now stratified cuboidal. Where is stratified cuboidal present? Anyone? Stratified cuboidal is present in the larger pancreatic and salivary ducts. Larger pancreatic and salivary ducts. Okay. So now I want you to be little prudent. Okay, I want you to be little prudent, sensible and careful here. Larger ducts, salivary gland duct, pancreatic ducts, which are of large diameter. In large diameter, you will keep stratified cuboidal. If chinna branches are there, pancreatic and salivary duct, chinna branches, small branches are there. In small branches, will you put stratified? Small branches you cannot put stratified. In small branches, you will put simple cuboidal. Are you getting me? See. Larger duct, you will put or what? The nature has already put stratified cuboidal. Smaller duct branches. Smaller duct branches we will put. Simple cuboidal. Are you getting me, guys? Are you getting me? Common sense. Bigger duct will have stratified, smaller duct will have simple cuboidal. Are we clear? So that's why if you go and read the paragraph of simple epithelial tissue, they have written lining of ducts. Simple epithelium, they have written lining of ducts. Chinna branches duct. Pedda branch, pedda duct, large duct, stratified cuboidal. And lastly, transitional epithelium. Tell me anyone, where will be transitional epithelium present? Tell me fast. Where will be transitional epithelium present? Transitional epithelium, yes, very good. Transitional epithelium will be present in urinary bladder and ureter. It is also called as stretch epithelium. It is also called as which epithelium? It is also called as stretch. It has the ability to stretch. It has the ability to stretch. Bladder gets full. Bladder is lined by transitional epithelium, so it can stretch. Arey, what is the meaning of transition? Transition means going from one to another stage. So it changes its shape. Stretches, gets compressed, gets elongated bit. So that is your stretch epithelium, transitional epithelium, stretch epithelium. Am I clear? Urinary bladder and ureter. Come on. Let's see the basic diagram. Basic diagram of stratified squamous epithelium. Basic diagram of stratified squamous epithelium. Look here. We have the basement membrane. On this basement membrane, we have the columnar cells. What cells are present? Columnar cells are present. So lower level cells are columnar. Then as we go up, the cells become what in nature? The cells become cuboidal in nature. The cells become what in nature, guys? The cells will become cuboidal in nature. And as you go further upper, the cells will become flattened. The cells will become flattened. The cells will become flattened and they are becoming squamous cells. What they are becoming? Squamous cells. So you can see 3 layers of cells are there. In stratified squamous, only upper level is squamous. Middle level is cuboidal. The lowest level at the basement membrane is columnar. So let us write down one by one. The lower level cells are which one? Columnar. The upper one becomes what? Cuboidal. And the further upper one will become the squamous. Yes? And these squamous cells on your skin, this squamous cells will start producing which protein? Come on, guess it. They will start producing which protein? Come on, guess fast. This squamous cell on your skin will start producing which protein? I need some answer, guys. It will start secreting which protein? Keratin. Yes, correct. So as in stratified squamous keratinized, there is keratin will be filled. What will be filled? Keratinization will occur. What will occur? Keratinization. Keratinization will occur. It means that the squamous cells will start producing the keratin. Keratin is a soluble or non-soluble protein. Keratin deposition will occur. Due to keratin deposition, the cell will become dead. There will be dead cells. And keratin itself is water insoluble protein. What is this? Water insoluble protein. It is water insoluble protein. That's why on your skin, bacteria cannot stay for a longer time, because already they are dead cells. There is keratin, there is nothing, and keratin is insoluble. Keratin, since it is water insoluble, that gives waterproofing to your skin. If you put water, will water go inside? Water will not go inside. Water will not come out also, because your keratin is a water insoluble protein that is making your skin waterproof. So this becomes which epithelium? This becomes stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. It is present where, guys? It is present only and only in skin. Only and only in skin. Are we clear with this? Only present in skin. Now remember, if you get injured, let's say, you got injured, this much part is gone. You got injured, this much part got disappear. No worries. Epithelial cells have high regenerative power. Epithelial cells have high regenerative power. So this lower level cells, the lower level columnar cells, they are called as stratum germinativum. What they are called as? Stratum germinativum, which is going to go under mitosis. Which is going to undergo what? Mitosis. And again the upper level cells will be formed. Are you getting me? See, daily basis you are losing dead cells. Daily basis in bathing and scratching, you are losing some dead cells. As you are losing dead cells, the lower level columnar cells are going to multiply and they are going to rebuild the new cells. So no worries, daily you are losing dead cells, millions of cells you are losing on daily basis, inside also, outside also. But the new layer of cells are being formed by the stratum germinativum, which is the lower level cells, columnar in nature, that does mitosis. So your epithelial tissue helps in repair and regeneration of the tissue. It helps in repair and regeneration of the tissue. Same diagram will be there for which one? Same diagram will be there for stratified squamous non-keratinized. Stratified squamous non-keratinized. Are we clear with this, boys and girls? Are yes or no? Same structure in buccal cavity, in pharynx, in esophagus. Same structure, keratinization ledu. Because if you put keratin inside your mouth buccal cavity, if you put keratin in your pharynx lining, then what it will become? It will become waterproof. Will you able to secrete saliva, mucus? No. You want to keep everything inside moist. For that, you are not having keratinization. Yes? So what is this? This is non-keratinized stratified squamous. Yes, the name of the cell is coming from the upper level of the cells. Upper level of the cells are flat, so non-keratinized stratified squamous. Where it is located, we already told you, buccal cavity and pharynx, or you can also write esophagus. Now next epithelium. Which is the next epithelium? Next epithelium is transitional epithelium. Remember, in transitional epithelium, basement membrane ledu. Transitional epithelium is the only epithelium in your body where basement membrane is not there. It is directly connecting to the lower connective tissue. So what you are going to write down? Transitional epithelium, basement membrane not there. Are we clear, everyone? Basement membrane is not there. Just a small note you have to make for transitional epithelium, also called as stretch epithelium. Okay, urine is passing through ureter and bladder, so it has the ability to bit of stretch, so epithelium can stretch, so it changes the shape based on the load on it. That's why it is called as transitional epithelium. What is next after compound? Tell me. Next topic. After compound, what is next? After compound, chalo, compound is over. After compound, what we will go? We will study which one? We will talk about now cell junctions. Okay. So tell me, cell junctions are present in which tissues? Cell junction is present in which tissue? Cell junction is present in epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. Where is cell junction present? Yes, Rinmai, correct answer. Cell junction is nearly present in all tissues. Cell junction is nearly present in all tissue. Definitely epithelium 100% is there, but it is also present in the other tissues also. Like cardiac muscle, intercalated disc, plasma membrane is fused of the cardiac muscles. That makes the tight junction. Then in between there is gap junction, so that the action potential can travel from one muscle to another muscle very rapidly. The conducting tissue is there. Smooth muscle cells are also held by cell junctions. In epithelial cell, definitely there is junctions. Are we clear with this? In electrical synapse, when two neurons, the presynaptic and the postsynaptic neurons are there, there is some gap junctions for rapid transfer of the ions, which relays the impulse very fast. So we say electrical synapse helps in faster conduction of impulse. So there is an example where neural tissue is also having the cell junctions present. Yes, what do cell junction provide? The cell junction provide structural and functional link. They provide what? Structural and functional link. What they are providing, guys? They are providing the structural and functional link. Some junctions, they hold the cell together. Some junctions, they hold the cell together. Two examples, tight junction and adhering junctions. Structural link is which one? Tight junction and adhering junction. Tight junction and adhering junction. They provide structural link, connecting them, holding them together. Whereas functional link, gap junction. Functional link is which one? Gap junction, which provides communication between different cells. It is providing communication between different cells. Yes. Yes. Come on. So let us check. Are you awake or sleeping? I hope you are not sleeping, guys. Hello everyone. Are you not sleeping? Do plant have cell junctions? Do plant tissue have cell junctions? Yes or no? I don't know botany, but little bit question I can ask on that. Do plant have cell junctions? Huh? Which junction? Which cell junction is present in plants? Which cell junction is present in plants, Baba? Yes, very good. Who is that? Ria. Ria Twinkle. Absolutely right answer. Plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata is the connection. See, plant cells are having cell wall between them. Cell wall of the plant is very thick. So plant needs some communication. Some tunnel-like channels are required for them to connect. That is plasmodesmata. So remember, some kind of junction is present in plant tissue also, that you will study definitely in the plant tissue, that is plasmodesmata. Just I am randomly connecting when we are talking about cell junction here. So plasmodesmata also you should remember connecting to the plant tissues. Okay. Now let's move on to the type of cell junctions one by one. So I will show you a single diagram. In this single diagram, we will study all the junctions. Ready? So we have two cells. Okay. So let us take two cells. So we have cell number 1, cell number 2. So if you carefully notice, their apical surface plasma membrane is fused. So if you notice here, on the apical surface, on which surface? On the apex portion. On the apical portion of the cells, the plasma membranes are fused. The plasma membranes are fused with each other. They are fused with each other. And when plasma membranes are fused with each other, what junction it becomes? Tell me fast. It becomes the tight junction. What it becomes? Tight junction. And what is the purpose of tight junction? To prevent any leakage. To prevent any leakage. Are we clear with this? So the apical portion, the apex portion where the plasma membrane are fused with each other, apical portion of the cells, plasma membranes are fused, that becomes a tight junction. Okay. So there are some occludins and claddin proteins which are holding the plasma membrane tightly with each other, that is preventing any leakage. Nothing will go in, nothing will go out. Am I clear? One more name is there for tight junction. Tight junction can be also called as zona occludens. It will be also called as what? Zona occludens. It can be also called as zona occludens. After this, below the tight junction, we now need adhering junctions. Which junctions do we need? Adhering junction. So for adhering junction, we have some protein plates. Like this, some protein plates are there. One protein plate on this side, one protein plate on this side. Okay, on both the side there are protein plates, and then there are some filaments passing by. Like this, some filaments are passing like this, which are called as the desmosomes. What they are called as the desmosomes? They are like a cytoskeletal element, microfilament. You might be remembering microfilament, cytoskeletal element, cell chapter, cell skeleton, cytoskeleton, microfilament, microtubules. So like this, there is a microfilament like structure made up of keratin like protein, which is holding the two cells together. What is this junction will be called as? What is this junction called as? This junction will be called as the second junction, that is your adhering junction. What is this junction called as, girls and boys? Adhering junctions, or also known as zona adherence. Also known as zona adherence. What is the function of this? Function of this is to do cementing. Cementing the cells together. Cementing the cells together. That is basically holding the two cells together. So cementing is the keyword. Cementing is the keyword. Here the keyword is leakage. Here the keyword is leakage. Preventing any leakage, a tight junction, holding the two cells together, cementing junctions. And what are these fibers called as? These microfilament fibers can be called as desmosomes. Some very old PYQ is there. They are asking this. What are desmosomes? Or desmosomes are part of which one? Zona, adhering. Adhering means adhesive. Adhesive means joining, cementing. Are we clear? Now last. Last will be gap junction. Now we need some communication also. We need some communication also, yes or no? For that communication, we have a tunnel-like protein. A tunnel-like protein called as connexons. Called as what? Connexons are there, which are tunnel-like proteins. Okay, I will show that. Like this, tunnel-like proteins are there, which are called as connexons basically. And these connexons allow the molecules and ions, small, sometimes some chinna big molecules, can pass from one cell to another cell. Matlab, rapid ion transfer, molecules transfer, like in, especially these connexon tunnels are creating what? They are actually bridging the gap. These connections are bridging the gap. They are connecting the two cells for the rapid ion and molecule transfer. That's why these connexons are making up your gap junctions. What they are making of? Gap junctions. They help in communication between two cells. Communication between the cells for rapid ions or molecule transfer. Are we clear with this, boys and girls? Molecule transfer. Clear, everyone? So that completes our junctions also. Any doubt on this? Everyone, is it clear? Give a thumbs up if you have understood cellular junctions. Clear, everyone? So let us continue. Come on, yes. Let us continue, okay? Next topic. After epithelial, yes, thank you guys, thank you. Let's continue. Next topic will be connective tissue. Come on. So let us quickly attack on connective tissue. So now we are going to talk about connective tissue. From which germ layer it is derived from? It is derived from the germ layer mesoderm. Derived from mesoderm germ layer. Yes. Common sense question. Common sense question. Will connective tissue ever have a free surface like epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissue has a free surface. Skin, free surface. Inner lining, free surface. Will connective tissue ever will be exposed? Will it be exposed to outer environment, inner environment? No. Connective tissue basically connects. It helps in structural support, linking different tissues, yes or no? Packaging of different tissues, we can say. Yes, it basically acts like a glue. In a common sense term, if I say, it is behaving like a glue. Glue will never be exposed. Glue is always between two things, which is holding two things together. So connective tissue in your body behaves like a glue. It is holding the things together. You will never see blood is exposed. You will never see lymph is exposed. You will never see areolar or your dense connective tissue, tendon, ligament is exposed. Yeah, if they are exposed, means you are injured. If any of the connective tissue is exposed to your eyes, means they are now you are having some injury. That's why it is exposed. Am I clear? Yes. Next, It is most widely distributed and abundant tissue in your body. Most widely distributed. Everywhere you require a glue. From top to bottom, everywhere connective tissue is there. So it is widely distributed and abundant tissue in your body. Most widely distributed and abundant tissue in the body. Yes, so we are talking about the general characteristics here, derived from mesoderm, help in structural support, linking of different tissues, packaging of tissues, widely distributed and abundant tissue in the body. A basic question can be asked, which of the following tissue is the widely distributed and abundant tissue in the body? Answer will be connective tissue. Yes. Now you tell me, connective tissue do not make the lining or inner lining or outer lining. They do not make the outer protective covering also. They do not make the inner lining also. So do we require a very compact packing here? Do we require a lot of number of cells? No. The number of cells are very less in connective tissue. So number of cells are less. Number of cells are less here, as compared to epithelial tissue. Numbers of cells are less. Number of cells are less. I am saying this point with respect to epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, very large number of cells compactly packed. Here number of cells are less. If number of cells are less, the space between the cell will be more. Exactly opposite to epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, high number of cells, compactly packing, tight packing, space kuncham. Intercellular substance also kuncham. Here I will say very few number of cells. Number of cells are less. So intercellular space is very high. Intercellular space is more. Due to this, intercellular substance is also more. Intercellular substance, which you call as matrix also, which you call as ground substance also. Are yes or no? Are you recalling, guys? Intercellular substance, ground substance or matrix is very, very high. Are yes? Number of cells are less. So if number of cells are less, space between them is more. Since space is more, intercellular substance is more. They are not tightly packed. This tissue is not very tightly packed, little loosely packed. Am I clear? As compared to epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, we also remember one point, it was avascular. Blood supply ledu. Epithelial tissue, avascular, blood supply ledu, but little bit injury to your connective tissue, you will be bleeding. Why? Because connective tissue is highly vascular. Connective tissue, what I am writing here, it is highly vascular. Blood supply is very, very high. Blood supply is very, very high, guys. Are we clear with this? So see some basic points. If you relate, you will understand. No need to by heart. Definitely you have to by heart. But if you by heart with understanding, there is no problem in remembering. Or when you are having 4 options, you can easily apply your common sense and then you can mark the answer. Are we clear? Now, let us go with the classification. Let us go with the classification now. Come on. Let us go with the classification. Let's quickly classify the connective tissue. Okay, I will classify connective tissue. So now, connective tissue is classified into first 3 basic types. What are the 3 basic types? First one is the loose connective tissue. Second one will be dense connective tissue. Yes. And last one will be specialized connective tissue. Okay? See, all this classification is based on the nature of the matrix. This classification, what we are doing, see, any classification, whenever you study, any classification, animal kingdom classification, epithelial tissue classification, connective tissue classification, there is always a basis. Here, what is the basis? Here, the basis is the nature of matrix. Here, what is the basis? The basis is the nature of matrix. On the basis of the nature of matrix, on the basis of nature of matrix, okay, matrix is very liquidy, liquid like, fluid like, you say fluid connective tissue. Matrix is filled with fibers, fibers are packed, you will say dense connective tissue. Matrix is very loose, not very liquidy, not very fluid, not very dense. So it becomes a semi-fluid, loose connective tissue. Are you getting me, guys? So we are classifying the connective tissue on the basis of the nature of the matrix, the consistency. Okay? So loose connective tissue, it is mostly semi-fluid nature. Semi-fluid in nature. And here we are going to write two types. One is the areolar connective tissue, and another one will be the adipose tissue. Yes. Then in dense connective tissue, what we are going to write? In dense connective tissue, depending upon the arrangement of the fibers, depending upon the arrangement of fibers, fibers are arranged. See, in dense there is a lot of fibers, collagen and elastin fibers. If the fibers are arranged properly, oriented parallelly in a regular pattern, so we will say it is called as dense regular connective tissue. In dense regular connective tissue, you are having two things. You are having tendons, and then you are having ligaments. Collagen fiber arrangement, tendon. Elastin fiber arrangement, ligaments. And then we have the dense irregular connective tissue below your skin. Yes. And then we have specialized. Let us talk about specialized. In specialized, I will write two types. One is fluid connective tissue. Which one is fluid? Fluid is your blood. From blood, what can be derived? From blood, you can derive lymph. So fluid connective tissue mainly is blood. But what is the byproduct of the blood? Blood filtering from the lymphatic. Blood is getting filtered from the blood capillaries to become lymph. So that is coming under fluid connective tissue. And then we have skeletal connective tissue. In skeletal connective tissue, I will put two things: bone and cartilage. What I will put, guys? Bone and cartilage. Are we clear with this? So that completes your what? That completes your loose, dense, and specialized connective tissue. Out of this, how many are specialized connective tissue? How many are specialized? Bone specialized undi? Yes. Cartilage specialized? Yes. Blood specialized? Yes. One more is specialized. Adipose is also specialized. So in specialized, there are 4 tissues. Remember, don't forget. In specialized, there are 4 tissues: bone, cartilage, adipose, blood. These 4 are what, guys? Bone, adipose, cartilage, and blood. They are specialized. In the old NCERT, where tissue chapter is given in the old NCERT, in the summary there is a clear line. One more line is there in the theory part also. You can find specialized connective tissue are of 4 types: bone, cartilage, adipose, and blood. Are we clear? So that's all for today's class. We studied enough today. In the next class, we will start with the loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue. Okay. See, blood we will not discuss. Blood will be discussed in another chapter, body fluid and circulation. Blood will be discussed in another chapter. So if you are writing the Sunday exam, don't worry. Blood will be studied separately in the body fluid and circulation. Sir, do we have frog? Frog will come later. Frog in next week we will start. Frog we will start in the next week. So that's all for today's class. So bye-bye. Thank you. See you in the next class. Study and come. Revise and come. Okay. Practice some MCQs, whichever booklet you are having with you, whatever reference book you are having. Practice the NCERT based MCQs. Okay. So that's all for today's class, guys. Bye-bye. I will try to share the notes with you all. Bye guys, bye bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all.